welcome in, family. I'm going to dive right in. Go read 2nd Samuel. Just go read it. There's a big opportunity that's coming in your direction, and nothing's going to be able to stop it. You know, God is so strategic, and He is all about timing. We got to learn this about our Father. He's all about timing. God knows the right time when, He knows the right time not. And we got to trust that God knows what's best for us, because we can trust Him and because He knows what's best for us. But there's an amazing opportunity that is coming in your direction. So this is not the time to lose your faith. This is not the time to lose your head. This is not the time to back up. This is not the time to get frustrated and start speaking things you know you have no business speaking, because listen, whether you realize it or not, the things that you say, the words that you speak, you're going to give life to these things. So this is the time where you got to buckle down, and you just got to stay joyful, and you got to have that praise down in your spirit, because that's ushering in this new opportunity for you. You know, David was a shepherd boy, but he was always predestined and preordained to be the king. Do you remember when the little shepherd boy didn't even know he was king? People around him didn't even know he was king. They treated him so indifferent. His own family, his own flesh and blood didn't even like him. When they had events, parties, celebrations, where was King David, the little shepherd boy? He was on the outside, tending to the sheep, writing praise and worship songs to God. Your family, the people in your corner that you thought they may treat you indifferent because they don't know who you are yet. But see, there's an opportunity that's going to come for you. David was playing his instrument to soothe the king in the palace that was his, but he didn't even know it at the time. Listen, family, where you are right now, how do you know you're not going to own that place? How do you know you won't be the CEO of the company that you're working for right now? How do you know that God is not going to allow a transition of management where you will get promoted, where you will have opportunities? See, this is why you don't despise the days of small beginnings. Don't despise the days of small beginnings, no matter what you do, because it's the small little hurdles that you jump over, that it's the small little miracles that you need to learn to celebrate God for. There's a big opportunity that's going to come in your direction, and it's not going to look like an opportunity. Sometimes opportunities that God give us, they look like problems, but you are a solution. You are a solution to somebody's problem. You are a blessing to somebody right now that are looking at you like you have absolutely nothing to offer them. Yes, you do. The company that you work for, if you're working for a company, that company is blessed because you are there, not the other way around. You're not blessed because you're working for a company. No, 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 no. We're kingdom minded over here. No, that company is blessed because they have you there. There's a huge opportunity that's coming in your direction, and open your eyes spiritually to see this opportunity, because it's not going to look like an opportunity. The people that you are helping, I'm telling you, family, look at this thing spiritual. Look at the life of King David, the little shepherd boy. Just look at the life and look at how God worked. Look at the opportunity. Look at these things that you go through with. They are opportunities. That's it. Everything you are going through are mere opportunities for God to really show up in your life and show out in your life, because that's what God is going to do. God is going to show up in your life, and God's going to show up in your life. So don't despise where you are. Don't despise where you are, family. Don't look at the place where you are and despise that place and feel like this is all your life will ever be. No, that's not true. God is on to something, and God is up to something, and God is always up to something good when it comes to his kids. You wanted an opportunity, God's going to give you one, but it's not going to come in the way that you thought it was an opportunity. I'm telling you, sometimes God give us opportunities that don't look like it. Sometimes opportunities can be people that you didn't even want to work with before, because they gave you such a hard time and you feel like they were such a burden. Now, these are opportunities. These burdens, things like this, the problems, God would turn these things around and give you an opportunity. See God in everything. My mommy always taught me that. See God in everything. And I had to learn it. And I still to this day have to keep my mind conditioned because everything is an opportunity. See God in everything. When it looks like life is going left, when it looks like things are going wrong, God say, nope, you are going in the right direction. So you need to keep going forward. So you got to change the way you think. You got to change the way you see life. You have to learn to see life through the eyes of God. You have to change the way you think like God thinks. God thinks so high. God don't think negative. We have no business thinking negative, and we have no business thinking low. Absolutely not. I'm telling y'all, family of God, there's a big opportunity that's coming in your direction. God ain't doing nothing but shifting things around for you. God is moving people out so he can put you in that position. God raised down one and put up another. Honey, promotion come from God, not the person that you think is going to come from. God will touch the heart of men and women to bless us and give us opportunity, but look to the hills. Excuse me, from which cometh your help, because all your help coming from God. God is giving you an opportunity. That problem that you have, no, it's not a problem. It's an opportunity. That difficult time that you're facing, God say, no, look at it spiritually, because this is an opportunity. This is the thing that God is going to use to change the trajectory of your life. This thing that you're facing, that you've done everything that you know how to do, and it just don't move. Nope, you got to change the way you think, because God is going to use this as an opportunity. That divorce is an opportunity. You wanted a new beginning. God, listen, we will never understand why God does what he does all the time. We won't, but we'll be able to say every single time, and this is a fact, that God worked this out for my good. Don't know how he did it, but he did it. That's your testimony. That's going to be your testimony. I don't know how he did it, but he did it. But it don't matter how he did it. And as long as he does it, there's a big opportunity coming in your direction, and I hope you're ready for it. I hope you are excited for what is happening, family. I know y'all can feel the shift. I know you can feel the change. Just get on board with God. Don't get off that shit with God. Ride with God till the wheels fall off. Ride with God. Hashtag ride with God. Ride with God. Hashtag that. Tell him today, I'm going to ride with you, God. I am all on board. Don't you get off board with God. Don't you do that. You keep a partnership with God. You stay connected to God. No, don't you break your covenant either. When you make a covenant to God, don't break it, because it's better to make a vow to God and make it and break it. Don't y'all forget that. I'm telling you, you're going to have opportunities coming in left and right. Left and right. You're going to have opportunities coming in. God's going to flood you with opportunities. God's going to flood your family. You've been so patient. You know, it pays to be patient, and it pays to trust God. It pays not to give up. God said we ought to always pray and not to faint. Always pray, he said, and not to faint. You know, sometimes the devil will bother you sometimes, and you'll say, you know what, I'm not praying on that thing no more. God said, I didn't tell you that. God said, I told you, you ought to always pray and don't give up. Don't you give up. This is why you can't run your mouth and tell everybody your business and all the problems you're going through with and all the hardships that you have to face, because people will discourage you sometimes. Sometimes they don't mean any harm, family. They don't. Sometimes they do. But we have to discern when to speak and when not to, who to talk to and who not to talk to, because God will give you a problem, but it's really an opportunity gonna come out of it. And if you share this with the wrong person, if you start sharing parts of your story and your life with the wrong people, it can damage and it can cause you to self-sabotage what God has for you. King David was a shepherd boy in the palace, playing his instrument to soothe the king, not knowing he was playing in his own palace. Where you got a problem at, you're going to own that thing wherever you are. You're going to own that place. You're going to own that home. That landlord giving you hell, you're going to own that place. The land that you're paying for, you're going to own that. The job, you got to train everybody else that are less qualified than you. That's a compliment. Don't you take that as an insult. That's a compliment. God is doing this on purpose. God is doing this intentional because there's a big, crazy, wild opportunity gonna come out of this. I'm telling you, we gotta be spiritually minded. We gotta see our entire life and everything that we go through with through the lens of God. I'm telling you, because all things work together for the good of those who love God and who are the called according to His purpose. That's me, and that's all of you who are listening and tuning into this video, family. I'm telling you, there's a great opportunity coming in your direction. It may not look like it, but it's gonna come. Get in position for it. And don't despise the days of small beginnings. God said, don't despise where you are. Don't. We can't be here today and leap to the end tomorrow. No, we got to go through the channels and we got to go through the processes, because there's things that we got to learn. God has to equip us for what He's equipped us for. God has to make us strong for the things that we have to endure, because the more God bless you, the more God elevate you, the more devil, more hell that you have to fight. To whom much is given, much is required. There's a big opportunity that's coming in your direction, and it's not going to even look like an opportunity to you. It's not, family. Share this message. Listen, I want y'all to share these messages for me. If you appreciate what God has me to do for you on a daily basis, sow back into the ministry by sharing these videos. Sow back into the ministry by liking the videos for me. It helps me reach more people and create more content. I love all of you so much. You have no idea. I'm praying for you. I am touching and agreeing. It is so. It is done. Name it. Receive it by faith, family, because it belongs to you. I hope you look at life different. I hope you can look at life from a positive perspective. I don't want you to look at life out of the lens of bad things that happen to you. You're not what happened to you. You're not a victim. You might have been victimized, but you're not a victim. The Bible says who you are, and you believe who God says you are, because that's a fact. You are a royal priesthood and a chosen generation. That's who you are, family of God. You're the head and not the tail. That's who you are. You are somebody. You are somebody in Christ. You're going good places, and you are going to do great things. You are. God promised you He's going to do great and mighty things in you, through you, that you've never thought that He would do for you.